One thing is for sure, the characters of Toy Story are on one hand perfect, but are also kind of messed up at the same time. For every 4 loved Toy Story characters, there are another 4 who are completely despised. Today, we're going to compare them all. Starting with maybe one of the most hated characters of all time, Gabby, who probably just came straight out of hell. Gabby is that little doll I always thought was kinda creepy. She somehow snuck her way into Toy Story and split the fan base right down the middle. She shows up in TS4 as the main antagonist, looking like she escaped from a haunted antique shop. And, well, she kinda did. Her sweet little voice and old school porcelain doll look are a whole vibe. But don't let that fool you, please. Gabby's not just some forgotten toy. She's got a mission: steal Woody's voice box. Yep, guys, not borrow, steal.
You have what I need. Right inside there.
Remember? She's not exactly subtle either. She literally kidnaps Forky, manipulates Woody with her creepy dummies. Seriously, those dummies might be one of the most terrifying things Pixar's ever animated. They don't talk, they just stare. That's even worse for me, guys. It's giving Annabelle horror movie vibes. Now at this point, everybody is probably thinking, she's a villain, easy. But hold on, because Pixar pulls a classic emotional judo move. Turns out, Gabby's not evil. She's broken, literally and emotionally. Her voice box never worked right, so she was never picked by a kid. All she ever wanted was to be loved. Sounds familiar. And when Woody finally gives her a voice box, Gabby doesn't turn into some happy, lucky toy. Nope. The girl gets rejected again. But then she spots a crying lost child and realizes her purpose isn't about being perfect. It's about being there when someone needs you. Classic Pixar redemption arc. Evil to emotionally shattered to hero. And it works. Well, I'm not buying it. And a lot of people didn't. Which character do you like the least? Gabby. She didn't deserve to get a happy ending and face 0 repercussions for what she put the other toys through. A lot of fans thought Gabby's whole story was forced. Like, why is she suddenly the focus of a movie that's supposed to be Woody's goodbye? And to be honest, guys, I kinda get it, man. I did feel bad for her because she just wanted to be played with and be loved like a kid. But, I mean, she did do pretty awful things, and she still gets what she wants. It probably wasn't intentional, but it kinda passed a message that you can get what you want by stealing it. Like, oh, you're manipulative because you were traumatized? Here, let me sacrifice myself for you. Woody probably just thinks she deserved the chance of love, but I'm not Team Woody on this one, guys. I don't think she deserved that voice box. She was manipulating and selfish. She told Woody that she was born wrong and left the factory defective, and it hurts her that she is the way she is. She actually sounds a lot like someone with bipolar disorder when they realize they have this disorder. A lot of fans just found her triggering to watch. I saw people commenting that they were raised by BPD mothers and just couldn't watch and stand Gabby. Just like Mother Gothel in Tangled, and I definitely feel that. But while Gabby isn't liked for her manipulating, selfish, and depressing personality, Woody is loved for his growth and loyalty to the gang. But he wasn't always like that. We meet Woody as the sheriff with the floppy limbs and a whole lot of emotional baggage. He started off as this petty, annoying, sarcastic, and bitter dick, to be honest.
Peace Ranger! He doesn't fight evil or shoot lasers or fly!
From the start, Woody's been the leader of Andy's room. And sure, he was kinda jealous when Buzz showed up. But like, who wouldn't be? You're the top toy, living your best life. Then some flashy space ranger shows up and suddenly you're yesterday's Happy Meal toy. Okay. His reaction might have been a little too extreme. But what made Woody special is that he learned from it. He felt guilt, made things right, and grew into a better leader and friend. He misunderstands what it means to be a toy early on, and he learns and grows as the series progresses. So yeah, he was this petty, annoying, sarcastic, and bitter dick at the beginning. But is he any of those at the end of TS4? Or even at the end of 1? Woody in TS1 demonstrates how a character can evolve from being flawed to becoming a better toy for his friends and family throughout 2, 3, and 4. And that's what makes him special to a lot. Like almost everybody in the fanbase agrees, to have a satisfying character journey, someone has to grow and change. And to grow and change into something good, you often have to start off as something not so good. He is a sad, strange little man, but so relatable to me, to many of us. Woody reminds me of Mike Wazowski, who fights with Sully over not wanting to help rescue Boo and loses his temper in Monsters, Inc. That's almost the same with him when Woody had his jealousy towards Buzz, right? I know the answer is basic as fuck, but for a lot of fans, Woody is their favorite character of the entire franchise. And honestly, who doesn't like Woody? I mean, we all dressed up like Woody once in our childhood, right? He didn't just carry a badge, but he carried the entire Toy Story franchise. No matter how many sequels they make, Woody is just that OG dude. If I get to choose to be any toy in Toy Story, I would choose to be Slinky so I could play checkers with Woody. But I know a lot of people would like to be Woody. His loyal character, his funny looks without his hat, how he stands up to Sid, to Stinky Pete, to Lotso, and how he even stands up to Gabby. And just like Andy said,
but the thing that makes Woody special is he'll never give up on you. Ever. He'll be there for you.
Before we move on, guys, I want to ask you for some help. It would be so epic to hit 5,000 subscribers together, and you can really help with that. So if you love this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. Now, let's continue. So while our sheriff is loved by the entire community in the Toy Story universe, our next character is, well, loved, but now hated, I guess. It's Miss Bo Peep, guys. Before you were coming for me in my sleep, I love Bo Peep, okay? I love Bo Peep. I know a lot of fans just love her because she was the closest to a Barbie doll. However, I don't play with Barbies, luckily. But she was always one of the nicer characters and never really turned on Woody.
Say, isn't that mistletoe?
At least, well, that's what we all thought, right? We remember Bo Peep from the first 2 films, and probably all pictured her as the sweet lamp girl in the big pink dress, gently flirting with Woody and occasionally holding a sheep. Man, I love the sheep, by the way. She was supposed to be Woody's girlfriend, the one who loved him no matter what the other toys thought of him. The only one who gave him kisses and assured him that Andy would also love him no matter what, even if he loses his hat. I'm not sure why she was absent in 3, but I guess she was left out of the film because Pixar thought she'd take focus away from Barbie. I saw someone saying it was because she is being made of porcelain, but I have no idea why that would be a thing. But then TS4 hits. Bo Peep is not Bo Peep anymore. She's got pants now, a cape. She's swinging around her shepherd staff like it's a lightsaber. She completely forgot all about her love for the cowboy and only thinks about herself now.
Open your eyes, Woody. There's plenty of kids out there. It can't be just about the one you're still clinging to.
And fans couldn't stop talking about it. Okay, some fans were totally here for it. They called her a feminist icon, praised her for breaking free from the "I need a kid to love me" mindset, and loved the way she was out there doing her own thing. I emphasize, some fans. A lot were not a fan of Bo Peep's new look or attitude. For this one, I'm siding with them, guys. All of a sudden, she hates the idea of toys having owners. She treats Woody rudely and is so selfish. I hated how she bossed Woody around and treated him like a piece of garbage throughout 4. Then they had Woody leave Buzz and the gang, who stuck together with him no matter what, for an ex who became a jerk and no longer cared about him like she used to. That was enough reason for a lot of people to hate the new Bo Peep. In 4, she was a total mess. When things got rough during the mission to rescue Forky, Bo flat out abandoned Woody. And okay, she changed her mind, but it doesn't change the fact that her leaving him in the first place was her initial response. I know she didn't have a lot of personality in the first 2 sequels, and she was mainly a trophy wife back then, but I don't know. I just liked Bo Peep as the way she originally was. Not necessarily for that reason, but just supporting Woody. I read a discussion online about someone commenting that the first film had a sexist depiction of women, and because that changed in 4, Bo Peep gets a lot of hate. However, I disagree with that one. I mean, Andy is a boy, so he played with mostly boy toys. I feel like that is true about most boys, so the lack of female rep made sense in the context of the first film. I just don't like the fact that they made Bo into an annoying, abusive boss. And despite the hyper-realism of 4, Bo somehow looked less porcelain than her previous appearances. Or is that just me? I wonder if she will be in Toy Story 5, or stay as a lost toy. But so, Bo Peep is still beloved, but her Toy Story 4 version? That one's controversial. And while opinions on Bo Peep are very divided, our next character is loved because how can you not love him? My favorite character in the Toy Story universe, Slinky. This guy is the most underrated real one in all of Toy Story, if you ask me. He's not flashy, he doesn't have lasers or wings. He's literally just a stretchy dog with a southern accent, and somehow, he's one of the most ride-or-die characters in the entire franchise. He deserves all the love he gets, and even more to be honest. From day one, Slink's been loyal to Woody like it's his full-time job. Even when the other toys start turning on Woody in 1, Slinky's the only one who's still low-key like, guys, maybe let's not cancel our cowboy yet?
You gotta believe me.
We believe you, Woody.
The man had doubts, sure, but he also had faith in Woody. He was and is the most loyal, and he literally doesn't do anything wrong at all. Everyone agrees on that one, right? When I was 7 or something, I was just exploring YouTube and watching Toy Story uploaded in a series of small clips. My oldest memory is Slinky getting stretched to his fullest to save Buzz and Woody. I used to call him Spring Doggy. He's my favorite character ever since, and that never changed. He is also the only Toy Story toy I have. Man, I love Slink. Hopefully, I get to ride that Slinky Dog Dash ride someday. And yo, by the way, let's talk about how useful this dog is. Need to hold a van door open? Stretch across a gap during a wild escape? Boing your way to save a friend? Call Slink. And an opinion a lot of Slinky lovers share? He actually doesn't get the hype he deserves. Okay, no, he's not leading emotional storylines. He's not out here stealing the spotlight with dramatic monologues. He's just in the background, being dependable, positive, and mechanically gifted. Like, every friend group has a Slinky, needs a Slinky. They're the only one who helps you move apartments and never asks for gas money. Legends. He's also remained one of the few characters that's been consistently likable across every movie. No sketchy arcs, no cringe moments, no out-of-pocket decisions, and no suddenly turned into a villain like Peep. Just Slink being a good boy and vibing with the crew. Okay guys, and I know, Slinky's dog's not gonna win any most dramatic scene awards, but in a franchise full of egos, heartbreak, and identity crisis, he's just out here being the emotional glue and a human dog Slinky. And honestly, that's enough for a lot of fans. Slinky might not be the hero you notice first, but without him, half these toys wouldn't have made it past movie 1. And while our boy is here getting only love from the community, the opinions on our next character are kinda controversial. I'm curious what you guys think of him. Prepare to meet Mr. Angry Eyes.
Prepare to meet Mr. Angry Eyes.
Hold it now!
Mr. Potato Head is basically the definition of grumpy uncle energy. You know, the one who's got a sarcastic comment for everything, never fully trusts anyone, but deep down, probably cares. A little. Maybe. From the jump, he's kind of a hater. In 1, he's leading the charge against Woody like, I always knew that cowboy was sus.
This was no accident.
What do you mean?
I mean, Humpty Dumpty was pushed by Woody.
He was also skeptical about Woody's idea and refused to believe in him. I always thought that this is because before Andy got Woody, Mr. Potato Head was Andy's favorite toy. He is designed for younger children, right? So it makes sense that Andy would play with him around the age of 4 till 6, and he was probably given Woody around 6 or 7 since Mr. Potato Head says Woody has been Andy's favorite since kindergarten. So when Buzz shows up, I understand that he is excited to see Woody is not his favorite anymore and is more eager to accept Buzz as the new leader. I read a lot of comments that people hate Mr. Potato Head because he is so mean. His behavior towards Woody is probably the sole reason for the hate he gets. I don't necessarily think he is a true villain, but I do understand where those people are coming from, since he wouldn't give Woody the chance to explain anything. He was constantly trying to turn everyone against Woody. However, Andy always made him the villain, and that probably tinted his relationship with the other toys. I know a lot of people always thought that if there was a villain in 1, it probably was Mr. Potato Head, since in every line he has, it's either him complaining about something or directly demeaning Woody. My opinion is that Mr. Potato Head really improved throughout the sequels. He's less mean, and it turns out he is pretty funny sometimes too. I even kind of liked him in the first movie. I know not a lot of people share that opinion, but he sort of tells the truth. He notices Woody being jealous, and his original plan to knock him behind the desk so that Andy wouldn't find him. However, to be completely honest, it took me a few rewatches too to really like this grumpy uncle. But now, I find him amusing, and I love his sense of humor.
Did you all take stupid pills this morning? Take cover!
I mean, he's hilarious. He's only the villain when he has angry eyes on, guys. I also think it's really cool that he cooled down once he got together with Mrs. Potato Head. Oddly enough, the Toy Story franchise tells probably the most true-to-life love stories in any movie I can think of. I'm not sure if everybody remembers this, but who remembers when we used to play with Mr. Potato Head? but his head was still a real potato, but just with plastic parts stuck in it. Man, I miss those good old times. My mom used to hate it because I wasted a potato, and if I played with it for more than a day or two, the whole house started to smell like rotten potatoes. As far as I can remember, you had several different eyes, ears, and noses, and you could put the features anywhere you like and create some very strange looking faces. Eventually, I lost too many bits to make it fun, so I think my mom threw it all away. I think that was one of the best days in her life because one time I forgot I left Mr. Potato Head in the closet for a month, and it became a 5-foot-long science project of a rooting potato. Okay, enough about my potato history. So, where does he land with most fans? Honestly, it depends. Some love the sarcasm, his humor. Others think he's too mean. But hate him or not, he's one of the most recognizable characters in the franchise. And if you ask me, everyone can use a little salt in his life. And while Mr. Angry Eyes is hated for being too, well, angry, evil Emperor Zurg is actually loved for being, well, kinda evil, I guess? Zurg is probably the most dramatic plastic villain in the entire Toy Story universe. Like, this bro showed up with a cape, glowing eyes, and a backstory that almost makes Darth Vader look like an amateur.
Father!
No, Buzz. I am your father.
Zurg barely has any screen time, and he's still iconic. And guys, I'm talking about Toy Story Zurg, not Lightyear Zurg. Remember that moment when Zurg popped out of his box in Toy Story 2? Man, that was so cool. Considering how quick and agile Buzz was, it was quite impressive that he managed to sneak up on him during their fight on the lift. And don't forget his unlimited ammo, the gun, his design, his intimidating stature, his planet, and that iconic voice. The whole backstory between him and Buzz is something a lot of fans really love, and I'm definitely one of them. He's really Vader and Palpatine at the same time. I just hope he will appear in Toy Story 5, but please keep the Lightyear version out, Pixar. For a lot of fans, Buzz and Zurg are their favorite characters in Toy Story. I can swear these fans are now the biggest Star Wars lovers. Zurg is not even that scary, but he's actually kind of fun. He's probably the toy that every kid begged their parents for, only to end up terrified of his glowing eyes at night. I know Zurg is probably not the most loved character, but he definitely has a golden place in every Toy Story lover's heart. You kinda can't hate Zurg even though he's a villain. That says enough, right? It's such a waste that they butchered him in Lightyear, but a good old Toy Story version of Zurg never gets old to me. And for this next one, guys, I just know this is going to be a sensitive topic for sure. Please take some deep breaths. So, while our evil Emperor Zurg is loved for being a villain, opinions on Cowgirl Jessie are all over the place. Yes, Jessie.
It's really
Jessie was never just a cowgirl. She was the emotional wrecking ball that showed up in TS2, dropped a heartbreaking backstory, and instantly became a fan favorite. Jessie had the entire theater in tears. Kids, adults, pets. No one was safe. Fans love Jessie because she's full of energy. To a lot of women, she is probably the ideal Pixar girl. But that's also the exact reason why she probably gets too much hate than she actually deserves. Many fans really liked her at first, as a playful character, but started to dislike her as she became a bit of a brat once she heard Woody had to get back to his owner. Then she starts becoming irritating to many due to her hyperactive yodeling fits. However, I'm kinda neutral about Jessie, guys, so don't cancel me. I think Jessie is just so high energy that it takes the right person to handle her. Like, I can understand if others find her annoying. She is loud, yes, but in small doses, she is pretty lovable. However, if she were my little sister, I would disown her in my dreams some now and then. I can understand why some really love Jessie. She adds something to the Toy Story gang that wouldn't be there if she wasn't in it. The fact that Woody saved her and took her into Andy's house gives her whole story depth. TS2 would be kind of boring without her. We can all agree on that one, right? But I also can understand some of the hate she gets. I don't hate her, but I also don't want to live with her either, to be honest. I like the background story, and she's a great contrast to Woody and the other toys, but her day-to-day personality can be a bit too much for me. However, she and Buzz are an amazing and awesome couple, and I stand by that opinion. Toy Story honestly wouldn't be the same without our cowgirl. Now, enough about Jessie. It's time to talk about our all-time fan favorite, a Toy Story character everybody loves. Star Command, come in Star Command. It's our Space Ranger Buzz. Who else could it be? He can glow in the dark, has a karate chop with blinking red LED lights, and his wings pop out of his backpack. Just tons of cool features jam-packed into a single toy. I mean, I don't know how anybody else can beat that. You know you're iconic when your catchphrases become part of pop culture.
To infinity and beyond!
To infinity and beyond isn't just something Buzz Lightyear says. It's something your childhood screamed while jumping off the couch with a Buzz toy in your hand. This guy is that toy, man. The original Toy Story is one of Disney's best movies to me. The first movie is just so perfect, also because of Buzz's character arc. For the entire movie, he thinks he has this great meaning and power in the form of being a space ranger with lasers, super soldier levels of strength, and speed. The best of all is that he thinks he can fly. But then his entire reality is shattered. There is no Zurg, no Star Command, no Galactic Alliance. He even doesn't have any power, no real laser, and worst of all, he can't fly. Remember that moment when he looked out of the window and saw birds fly? The one thing he can't do. Man, that was heartbreaking.
I am what I'm here for.
You are a toy you can't fly!
It was so sad to me because how relatable it is that you have to compromise beliefs with an unjust truth in reality. Everyone can relate to feeling like a fraud or like they failed at some point in their lives when they have to face a harsh reality. That's exactly what he goes through. It's when Buzz realizes that he may not be unique with superpowers, but that he can still make the people around him happy, despite there being nearly 100 of thousands of other Buzz toys just like him. The same way we actually all live different lives, and we all can make people in our lives happy, despite not being entirely unique. After his period of depression, we can see him bounce back with the help of a friend when he's at his lowest point. I mean, this message and character arc is just almost perfection, right? Buzz entered Toy Story like a literal main character moment, and throughout the film, he grew. And that's why people love him. By the end of the first movie, he goes from, I'm the chosen one, to, let's get Woody back. That's my bro. I think their relationship is hilarious, and I used to rewind parts over and over for the hilarity.
But we're not on my planet, are we?
No.
I mean, it's so comical, yet the background music makes it serious. Too funny, man. I hope that someone remembers Buzz in Spanish mode. That was comedy. I think we can all agree that Buzz remains one of the most beloved characters in the Toy Story franchise. He's just this awesome, friendly, brave astronaut who is actually weirdly relatable with his midlife crisis energy. So guys, this is it. The OG Toy Story squad in all their loved and hated glory. Some characters aged like fine wine throughout all the sequels. Others, maybe not so much. Whether you're ride or die for Jessie, still haunted by Gabby stare, or just here for Slinky's unproblematic support dog energy, everyone's got their favorite and their least favorite.
To infinity and beyond.